Well, actually, so that because he was asking my question, I got so stoked. Yes, November 3rd, there's going to, actually they told me not to ask the voice actors. Alright, I'm sorry, Karen. But yes, will you please, alright, I'll change my question now.
The thing is, all of my conventions have to be approved through Hasbro, so I can't just go, yes, and then disappoint everybody. So whenever everything comes through, they go to Hasbro and they say, you can do this one or you can't do this one, or blah, 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 blah.
November 3rd.
I understand, I just don't know. Sorry. No. Novembroni. What?
My question was, how was it on Lollipop Chainsaw to work with James Gunn and Warner Brothers in general?
I had so much fun doing Lollipop Chainsaw and a lot of fun with James Gunn. He's really hilarious. I don't know if you watched the behind the scenes stuff with the actors where he's telling me to try acting better, and it's nice to work with someone who has a real clear vision of what they want, and when you play the game, it looks like you're watching a movie. Like, it's so stylized, and I think that from where video gaming has started to where it's come to today is such a nice progression of giving the fans what they want in terms of the visuals and the acting and the directing, and he's a great director. We had so much fun. Like, we laughed our butts off and heads on butts and craziness. It was fun.
Hi, you don't know me, but I love you.
I love you too.
I was wondering, what was your favorite episode to record for My Little Pony?
Well, I do like Lesson Zero. And I did love the Candlelight Wedding. And I do love, oh, I can't tell you. Next season, there's a really, really, really fun episode that I loved to do. You have to wait. Sorry.
Hello. What's it like working with Kevin Conroy from Batman?
He's amazing. I think he's so talented. The first time I booked that show, my agent called and said, "You're her, you're the Bat, you're the girl that's the Bat, you're Batgirl." And I was like, oh my God. And it was, me and Mark Hamill and all these amazingly talented people, and I was just like, oh, he's gonna pinch myself a little bit right now. Because they're so good, and I just love working. I just saw him at the convention in Seattle for the first time in a long time, and he's a good guy. It's fun.
Hi.
Hi.
Out of curiosity, you were saying you work for Hasbro. Do they give you the Twilight Sparkle toys?
Do they give me toys?
Yeah.
No! I never get toys.
You know how you're saying about the bronies? I made you this.
Oh, give it to me. That's my favorite part. See, she's better than Hasbro because she gives me toys. Did you really make that?
Yes, I did.
How come y'all are so talented? Cute. She's so Twilight-licious. Oh, thank you. Anyone else? Kelly, you ready to stick some fans over here? Get your dukes up. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
So, with the Hasbro right on our minds, the whole Derpy incident, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I actually have some thoughts and opinions on that. And I've actually spoken to Hasbro about that. So here's the problem. They love Derpy too, but there are members of the community that found it offensive and hurtful.
Yeah,
So you can't make somebody sad, but then taking her off made people sad. So they're like, it's kind of a tough call on how to handle it.
this Comic-Con, they're bringing, which surprised me, they're bringing out the Comic-Con exclusive Derpy figurine where they kept her eyes in the way that, Derp.
Like I said, they love Derpy too. They just, there's the community that gets it and isn't offended by it, and then there's parts of the community that are. So they sort of have to play a happy balance to not upset anybody, and they don't want to make people sad, which is good, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, how much of your own work do you personally own, in any media or whatnot, and do you ever find it odd watching yourself?
No, I like to watch myself. I think it's fun, and my kids they know all the shows I do, so they especially love watching Mad, because they try to guess which character I am. And when my older son was younger, he used to say, "Your voices are dumb." But then when he got to school and they're like, "Dude, your mom's Ben 10, that's cool." He's like, "Oh." And actually just recently I was at a school and this little girl goes, "Mrs. Strong, are you Twilight Sparkle?" And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." And then all these girls came over and wanted my autograph, and my son goes, "Mom, no cool." And the girl's like, "Yeah, your mom's really cool." But I don't own, I don't make money when they sell toys. I don't own any of the actual property. I mean, animation as a whole is a very collaborative world because we help create these characters, but then those characters are owned by whatever production company is showing the show.
If you were to be locked in a room with two of your characters,
Oh, there you are.
which two would you want it to be and hope it isn't?
Ooh. Who would you want to be locked in a room with? That might be fun. Maybe I'll be locked in with Claire and Toot. Although if I'm locked in with Timmy, I could get some wishes out of him. Maybe. That's true. Yes, little girl.
When is the new season coming out of My Little Pony?
I don't know, but it's gonna be really cute. She looks so cute. She got a little bro hoof over there.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to know, when you audition for a role and when you get it, has there ever been a time where when you're recording the voice, the director that originally approved of your audition was just like, "Wait a minute, why don't we try and do something completely different"? Has there ever been a time where you just had to fly off the handle like that on not even on your own thing, you were just told to do it?
Well, like I said, it's very collaborative, so sometimes if something's not working, they'll say, "Let's try it like this," or "Let's try it like that," especially the first few episodes. Like, if you watch the first season of Family Guy, the first season of Fairly Odd Parents to where they are now, they're so different.
Yeah.
So, you just sort of have to be willing to play and not take it personally if they're like, "No." Butch Hartman's really funny. People offer some great voice. Carlos Alazraki will do some amazing thing. He's like, "No, no." And he's like, they make fun of him like, he makes the actors feel so good. But you just kind of have to play around. It's never happened that it's been completely 180 different because they already have the character set in their mind and the drawings, and you can't have a little girl that sounds like a man, so it's not going to be that different.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Hi. I was just wondering, out of Tom Kenny and Mark Hamill and all the other different voice actors that you've ever worked with, who were the most interesting and entertaining to watch and to voice act with?
You're asking me to pick favorites?
Yes.
Let's see. I love watching Tom because he's crazy, talented, fun, and he always stands and does these funny things with his hands. Wait, that didn't come out right. And I love watching Dee Baker because he's built weird, like he's from another planet, like there's two vocal cords going at the same time, and I'm like, what planet are you from? It's fun to watch Frank Welker, who is like a god, and his animal noises and sounds are like nobody else. And I love watching Hamill do the Joker. That's incredibly cool.
Oh yeah.
Really cool.
Rob Paulson.
Battery dead. I can hear you though.
During your downtime,
What's that?
whenever you get downtime, do you ever get the opportunity to play the games that you're in, like Lollipop Chainsaw or Final Fantasy?
I wish my kids were old enough to play Lollipop Chainsaw. My husband got mad at me for even showing them the trailer. I'm like, look, it's funny. She says, okay. I don't have a lot of time to play games, and my favorite games typically are word games, but if I make my kids play a game, I make them play it till at least I hear myself, like the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I'm like, wait till you get to Riku. Or there's been some Nickelodeon games. I'm like, wait till you get to Timmy. And I popped in Arkham City, and the first word someone said was bitch, and I'm like, okay, shutting that one off. So maybe when they're a little older, I'll get into some of it with them.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, there she is.
Okay, so I kind of like accents with things, and I was wondering what was your favorite accent, like like German or French, I don't know.
I'd have to say that I love doing Dannon from The Adventures of Pigwings Shakers, thank you, Braveheart, because I was nominated for an Emmy for it. But there's accents that are really easy for me. Pause from Metal Gear was fun to do. Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, hello again. I was just curious. Who do you think would win in the fights? The main six, mainly My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, or the Aquabats?
Oh, well, you're dressed as an acrobat, so I don't want to mess with you. Ponies rule the world, though. I'm sorry.
Have you ever came across a fan that scared you?
Me? Yes? There was one at Comic-Con last year that wouldn't go away, and he was really large and smelly. He was a little bit scary. But mostly my fans are so sweet. I mean, I've got some hate on Twitter, but it's for, embracing the bronies, and that I don't care about, and I wear that Twilighticious crown very proudly. And I did get one big hate from this guy that's like a big Chris Rock fan, because I made a joke about Chris Rock's speech. And I'm like, dude, it's a joke. Crazy.
Hi. I saw your name in South Park the other day, and so I was wondering, what are some of the characters that you do for that?
I've never done South Park.
Oh.
Nope, you've been mistaken, my friend.
Hello.
Hi.
I was just wondering, who's your favorite background pony?
My favorite what?
Background pony.